Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Goldberg for the Sales Pro Network. It is Friday. Let's see. It's December 2nd, 2022. I'm broadcasting live from New York. I'm very excited today because I founded the Sales Pro Network as a place to elevate the profession of sales and a place where salespeople can come and hang out, learn, network with each other, learn how to earn more money, get great advice from fantastic people. I've invited a lot of my competition to be here. There are great sales trainers and coaches who are happy to help you. And if you've been with us before, you know that every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, I either do a live training or a live interview with somebody who can bring value to the profession of sales. And once again, my friends, today is no exception. Before I introduce you to our guest, if you're watching us live, please say hello in the comments. If you're watching us live on Facebook and have not connected your account to StreamYard, it's not going to say your name. It just says Facebook user. Like somebody said, good morning, Jeff, good morning to you, but it just says Facebook user. So if you haven't connected your account to StreamYard, please say who you are so we can say hello to you. And if you have any questions for our guest during the show, please put them in the comments and I'll be glad to pass them on to her. And finally, if you're watching us on replay, please put replay in the comments. And without further ado, let me introduce you to today's guest, Marchesi. Good morning, Mara.
Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Very happy to be speaking to you. Now you're in London, right? What time is it there? It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something?
No, it's 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay. I get confused with that kind of stuff. Mara is the intuition queen. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mara? Give us the 2 or 3 minute version of what brought you up to this point, please.
I am the intuition queen because my intuition has been always very, very strong. And when I started to coach, I realized that this was something that I could actually help people with. Intuition is about connecting to yourself and listening to yourself and make decisions that are aligned to you rather than making decisions because someone says that or the society, family, whatever that is. And this has been my journey of becoming more of me, learning to understand who I am, how I function, and really releasing all the blockages that I've carried on throughout my life. So this is why I am the intuition queen, and this is what I do.
Got it. Okay. So Steve Kent, good morning. I see that Steve said this is Steve Kent. It says Facebook user for us, Steve, but glad to see you here. Good morning, Tony Scalise, and good morning, Jerry Marlowe. So is intuition something we all have, or we hear about feminine intuition? Is that just a female thing, or do we all have intuition?
No, we all have intuition, but there is this conception that women have more intuition. And I think the difference is that women tend to listen to it more. It's more ingrained in us that we are intuitive. There is a difference between also feminine and masculine energy, and clearly men have more masculine energy and feminine, and female have normally more feminine energy. But it's about learning to understand yourself and listening to yourself. You guys have the exact same power that we have. Sometimes you just don't use it as much as we do. And it's something that you can cultivate. It's something that you can learn to use, to understand. The most difficult part for everybody, male and female, is trusting. Pretty sure that you, Jeff, your audience has had situations where you felt something, you felt you wanted to do something, but then you second guess yourself, maybe because, I don't know, your wife told you, what are you talking about? No, but come on, don't do it. Or your family or someone else, or maybe someone you look up to, your coach, whoever. And you second guess yourself. And then on the hindsight, you realize, if I had done that, if I follow myself. So this is what intuition is about, but we have learned not to listen to it. So my job is to help you to understand how your intuition functions, because we all feel it in different way, and then help you to understand how to trust it so you can make the right decisions for your life.
Okay. So what you said earlier about, your wife saying X, it sounds like you must know my ex-wife. But it sounds like you're right in line with something I've been saying for a long time. I actually co-authored a book called How to Be Your Own Coach, and it's about coaching yourself to success. And in there, we talk about that, we're all connected to this thing. Call it feminine intuition, call it gut instinct. But I believe that we all are connected to this, call it God or whatever you want. It's this universal knowledge that we're all turned into. But we often, I think you said it perfectly, second guess ourselves. Who am I to come up with that? And I believe we actually always know the right thing to do. We just
Yep.
don't listen. Is that what you're saying? We just don't listen to it?
That's right. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And also, oftentimes, we always know, but sometimes we are afraid to listen to what we feel, or there is trauma from maybe the way we grew up. And I don't know. For me, for example, I have a narcissistic mother. She always tried to put me down when I was a child, and even now, if you talk to her. So clearly, you learn not to listen to yourself because it's dangerous. If you listen to yourself, your mother, your father, or someone else is going to be upset. And so it's better if you keep it for yourself and not do anything. So that's why so many people learn not to listen or learn not to follow themselves, because it's a safety mechanism that you might need to have at some point in your life. And so this is why I do what I do, because I came out of this fear, and I want to help people to really become more whole and listen to themselves. And whatever trauma you've gone through, that's something you can release. So it is true that you can always listen to yourself, and it's always the right decision. Might not be the decision that other people want you to make, but it is the right decision for you.
So in researching you, I saw on your website that you grew up with your parents saying things like, money doesn't grow on trees. And is that what we're talking about? People tell it, especially the people we care about, our parents and priests and rabbis and authority figures, they teach us these things as if they are true. And we start learning them and believe them to be true and stop trusting ourselves. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I work a lot with people that have religious trauma or family trauma. In those terms, when you've been told constantly, for me, it was always a problem for me to change job. I always wanted more for myself. I always wanted more money, a better position, more responsibility. That's something that every ambitious person will want in their life. And for my parents, that was something they couldn't understand, because of course of the different generation, but also because they were like, you have a good job. What else do you need? You're not going to leave this job, and maybe you can't find another job. And I was like, but they are offering me more money and more responsibility and a better position. Why would I not leave it? So there was always this conversation and this fear around money, because they never really saw money much. And so if we didn't see it, why would you? Like, you haven't studied that much. You didn't go to university. So you didn't grow up in a rich family. So that's not possible for you. And for me, that was like, nah, I don't want to hear this. But even if I was very different and I had a different vision of my life, I can tell you that, especially not just when I started my business, I can tell you on a hindsight now, a lot of different situations in my career, but especially when I started my business, you start to see those mental schemes playing up for you and blocking you. And that's why so many people get stuck in a lot of things. And it's not because they're not knowledgeable or good enough or good at what they're doing. No. It's because there is a lot of subconscious things that are blocking them, and they don't even know it. But those come from all the traumas and things that you learned as a child. And your parents might do what they think is best for you, but sometimes when they try to block you, that's not really what it should be. But we don't really realize it, because family is family. You don't think that family can actually go against yourself, but unfortunately for a lot of us, that's how it is.
Good morning, Don Levine, our executive recruiter from Long Island. So is that what you talk about when you talk about cracking the code? Because you say there's a code we can crack, and once we do, life and working is easier. And I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone when I ask, is that the code? How do we crack the code?
When I talk about the code, I'm talking about learning to understand yourself and understanding your personal energy. I think we all hear so much about, if you do those 10 things, this is the result. If you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, you're going to be more productive. And that doesn't work for everybody. We are very, very different. Everybody, like, I'm not a morning person. You might be a morning person. You might be super productive in the morning, and then you need to go to bed at 9. Those are the things that I talk about. It's figuring out how you work energetically. What is your energy blueprint in a way, and follow that. I am I am a human design generator, and I'm talking about colors. I have pink, and I have certain colors. So for me, it means I am made in a certain way energetically, and therefore I am not that kind of person that will start things straight away. I need to think about it. I need to feel about it. I need to have my intuition telling me what to do. But before I knew all of those things, I would just follow whatever other people would say and then be like, oh, but this doesn't work for me. This is not happening for me. And you get frustrated just because you're going against yourself and you're trying to follow someone else's blueprint. And that person might have cracked the code for them, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. You might get some really great insights, but if you don't know how you work and how you function energetically, then you just taking bits and pieces and trying to put it together and wasting your time.
Yes, right on target again. In the book that I co-authored, we talk about that there's a best time of day for everybody. And it's like, I am a morning person. I wake up out of bed, boom, I'm ready to go. But about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm fading badly. But that's not good or bad, right or wrong. It's just the knowledge of that allows me to function better if I take advantage of doing the more important things, the things that take more brain power early in the morning, and saving the more things that take a little bit less for the afternoon. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I work so many with so many entrepreneurs, and one of the things that I see often is that they forget to play, for example, or they tell me, oh, Mara, I decided to do this and wake up at 5, and I'm like, okay, so when you do this, how do you feel? I hate it. But that person, I read their book, and I'm like, but that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do something you hate when, yes, I get it. Once you're up and you do the work, but are you really concentrated? Are you really focused? Can you start your day at 3 p.m. and be done in 2 hours? Yes, you can, because probably that's your energy. So it's about recalibrating yourself and figuring that out, and then use that. And sometimes I'm not a morning person, but sometimes I wake up at 6, I have the inspiration, I'm like, okay, let's get out of bed, let's start working. It works in that way, but I know that I cannot force myself to wake up at 5 or 6 to work, because that doesn't work with me. Everything for me, it's a slow start. And once I start and I won't stop, but I need to get to that point. If I start to push myself at 9 a.m., because that's what everybody does, or 8 p.m., whatever, I'm just going to lay there and pretend I'm doing something, not feeling like I am being productive, not feeling like I'm doing the job that makes sense, and feeling like at the end of, after 3 hours, be like, yeah, but I didn't do much. I didn't have the inspiration to write those posts. I didn't know what to talk about in my podcast. And I had all of the list that I said I was going to do. And I feel this is what a lot of people, especially if you work from home and you can manage your time, get lost in, because we just try to follow someone else's blueprint and it's not ours.
So it sounds like you're saying part of this is being aware of who you are as opposed to everybody else, and accepting that and being okay. Look, I get up at 5 in the morning and I work, or I get up at 3 in the afternoon and I work. Both are okay. It's what works for you. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Got it. Speaking of, actually, you're giving me so many good things to talk about. You mentioned that human design, and that's not a term I've heard before. And you actually have a power channel in human design. What is that?
So human design is another practice that tells you how you function energetically. We have a lot of different center point, and from those center point, there are our main energies. So I am what it's called as a profile. There are 5 different profiles which tell you how you respond to life, basically. I am a generator, which means that I need to wait to respond, which means that I need to feel my intuition and then respond. If you said to me today, Mara, what do you think if we collaborate on this project? If I feel it's a yes, straight yes, I will be like, oh my God, Jeff, yes, of course. If I feel there is something wrong, I will have to say, well, Jeff, let's talk about it later. I need to think about it. I need to feel into it, right? This is a very, very simple example. Every center has some channels and some energies. So the channel is when 2 energies from 2 different centers get together, and they tell you how you function. They tell you a lot about your energy. My power channel is related to my intuition. One of the things that it doesn't matter what I do, if I a human design reading, my colors, if I get an astrology reading, whatever it is, whatever practice there is, everybody will tell me that my intuition is extremely strong, and I have a vision for things, and I can see through, and I can. And so the power channel for me, it's about how powerful my intuition is, and that's why it's extremely important for someone like me to listen to myself and to never listen to other people. Because when I listen to other people, not because those people are wrong or they want bad for me, but because I am made in a way that I can self-sustain myself if I trust myself. If I don't, I might make decisions based on, I don't know, money or other situation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that will help me in my evolution and in manifesting what is it that I want.
Fascinating. I know I was very impressed when I was on your website. I saw you had a picture there with the infamous and wonderful Jack Canfield, who I'm a huge fan of. I know you did work with him. What was that like? And what did you learn from working with Jack Canfield?
Jack Canfield is amazing. I had been wanting to work with him for years, and then in 2018, this opportunity came up. I absolutely love him because he has such a calm energy, but at the same time, so inspiring. And I was for a week in Arizona with 400 people, and the energy was just incredible. He's such an amazing man, and it gives you so much. And I remember I knew nothing about self-development, but when I read The Secret and I started to see, okay, I was like, oh, I like what he's saying. So I went to on YouTube and I started checking who's this Jack Canfield guy, and I just got hooked to him and some others, and that's what gave me the inspiration to say I want to be that. I want to do that. That's exactly what I want to do. He is such a, for me, I don't know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of my dad, but for me, I really like people that have this calm energy, probably because people tell me I have a calm energy too, where you feel safe with them, and you know that whatever you talk about with this person, there's going to be some nuggets, if not more, of inspiration, of power, that you will come out and be like, oh my God, yes, of course I need to do this, or of course I need to talk to that person. And that's what Jack Canfield is for me. Such a powerful, inspiring man.
Yeah, I also discovered him when I saw The Secret and read the book. Also, it was a big changer for me. In fact, if you know, James Arthur Ray was also in that in The Secret. I spent a lot of time and money sitting in seminar rooms with him. Much very different from Jack Canfield. More forceful and dynamic and excited. And I actually like both. I like the calm, centered thing that Jack does, and I also love the great storytelling and the excitement that somebody like a Tony Robbins or a
Oh,
James
yeah,
Arthur
yeah,
Ray
yeah, yeah.
brings.
Absolutely.
I'm a junkie for that stuff, and
Same here.
it's I I think like so many others, I'm on a journey to be the best version of myself, and if you're not investing in yourself and learning from the people who have maybe learned things that you don't know yet, then you're kind of wasting your time.
Yeah,
I think so many people just kind of plod along through life waiting for something to happen, and my
exactly.
experience is you have to make things happen,
Yeah,
but by working with somebody like you or a Jack Canfield and getting in touch with who you really are. I also learned, you were talking about it earlier, childhood. I've worked with many people, and most of them say everything's kind of foreign by the time you're 8 or 9, and it's all the stuff that happened to you with that back at that young age is what's driving your entire life, and until you can get in touch with that stuff and heal some of the wounds that are
yeah.
often quite unintentional. I'm sure your family didn't mean to put you down or anything. It's kind of just who they are. I
No, it's
also
just the
I
way
have
it
my
is.
backstory with my family too. Crazy father. uh, we all have those hurts that unless
Yeah,
we find a miracle, we're going to be living with that forever. And often the miracle is finding somebody like you or a Jack Canfield who can help us get in touch with that thing. For me, it was my coach, my last coach, Liz Bentley. Uh, and that's when true growth can come. And it takes work. It's not always easy, but
yeah.
it can make life substantially better. It can make your life wonderful. I used to be committed to my life being easy, and it was, but it wasn't wonderful. And when I shifted my commitment from, I don't care if my life is easy, I'm just committed to it being wonderful. It's not always easy, but it is usually wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there is so much scared to talk about your family and all of that. Sometimes I'm like, look, it it can't go any different than this. Like, your traumas and your issues and your blockages right now are clearly related to your past. So whichever way you want to do it, it's not about pointing fingers. It's about, okay, understanding, okay, this is blocking me, and this is what I am afraid of. Why don't I dig deeper and try to release this fear? Why don't I release myself from this, I don't know, feeling of guilt, whatever that could be? And, you know, your life is going to change, probably straight away or maybe later on with more work. But promise you, and you said this earlier, it's going to change and you can make your life way better than it is with all those blockages that you have, where you try to keep chasing, I know, clients and money and whatever that could be. And it's just this feeling of never being at the point where you want to be. And when you start to do the work, you also learn to accept where you are, but also kind of realize that, okay, those are my issues, those are my blockages. I've seen them, I'm working on them, I know I'm gonna get there. And that feeling of trust that you're gonna get to that point, it's what is going to drive more clients, more business, more love, whatever it is that you're looking for.
Got it. Tony Scalise with the very cool Max Headroom avatar says, follow your gut, you never know. I think,
Yeah.
Tony, we're actually saying follow your gut because you actually do know.
Yeah.
By the way, for anybody in the Sales Pro Network who might be looking for a great salesperson, I know my friend Tony is actually looking for a new opportunity. So anybody can reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with Tony. He's a great salesperson. So many people struggle to maintain a positive routine. Going to the gym comes to mind, losing weight comes to mind, working. How can we develop more discipline?
To me, it's not more about discipline. It's about figuring out that thing that makes you feel better, whatever it is that you're looking for. You're looking for more peace? Are you looking for more energy? What is it that you're looking for? Figure that out. Don't go to the gym because people tell you that going to the gym, it's good for you. Go to the gym because when you get out of the gym, you feel more energized, and then you sit at your desk and you do the work very quickly or super excited. Do that. So figure out what works for you, because the gym might be something, but maybe it's not. For me, it's meditation. Like, I love taking my time when I wake up, have my breakfast, and then I meditate. I might just be writing. And then I know that gives me peace. That gives me a feeling of like, okay, I put down everything that is, I feel it's not working for me this morning. I see it. Okay, I can move forward. And then sometimes it's like, oh no, I actually want to do some activities. But it's figuring out what makes sense for you, because it doesn't have to be a chore. It has to be something that when you finish to do it, it's like, okay, good. I feel good to start working, to start doing whatever it is that I need to do. So it's about not forcing, but getting into the flow of who you are and what makes sense for you. So whatever a routine can be for you, could be going to the gym every morning before you start doing your job, or going for a walk, whatever. But it's about understanding what makes you feel that feeling of peace or whatever good feeling.
Yeah, I love hearing you say that because I don't go to the gym. I've joined gyms more than once. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I'm always intimidated by the machines. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Everybody's built better than me, but I have a Peloton bike at home and I have weights and stuff like that. I don't need to leave my house to work out. And I'm not saying that people who do it are stupid or anything. Go for it if that's right for you. It's just not right for me. So
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the permission to be okay.
You're welcome.
You do a lot of work with colors, and I'm fascinated by that. What is a color reading?
So a color reading is a map that so basically the color reading works on your date of birth. So if you tell me your date of birth, I will pick up 4 different colors, or maybe same colors, and it kind of tells you the itinerary of your life from when you were born to your life mission. Kind of gives you the energies that you're supposed to be playing and supposed to be following. And it tells you what are your blockages, maybe why, if you have a certain color, there are positive and negative for colors. and it tells you pretty much how you should be working in your life and what you should be paying attention to. And then on another side, like I'm able to enter into your energy. So if there is anything in your energy field that is blocking you right now, let's say you came to me saying, Mara, I'm not I don't know what happened, but I cannot have any more clients. I used to have, I don't know, 10 clients a week, and now 0, and I'm getting frustrated. I will look at what is in your energy. So colors are energy. We are made of energy, so it's basically our energy. It's kind of like if you go to an astrologer and the astrologer will tell you, oh, because you were born on this day and this time in this place, you are this sun star, you are Cancer rising, I don't know, Sagittarius with this moon and that, and therefore this is how you are. The color reading works a little bit like that, but I go deeper and I will tell you what are the blockages and what are the things that are actually stopping you from achieving what is it that you want to achieve.
Huh, fascinating. So if I gave you my birthday, you could tell me my colors, and how would I use it? I mean, if you say you're a purple and black and white person, that means I should wear those clothes all the time, or I should decorate my house that way. How do you take advantage of knowing your colors?
Well, you can definitely wear colors, you can eat colors, you can surround yourself with colors. It's about making you feel more confident and depending on what is it that you're looking for. But definitely, like, try and see if that works for you. But let's say one of your colors is blue and I will tell you what the reason is. Then what I do is I ask my clients to use those colors, especially in certain situations. So it depends on what comes up from the session. Then I will say, okay, because you are afraid of, I don't know, going live on Instagram, then because you have this color, I would suggest use this color, do this and do that. So it's about also helping you to develop your intuition a little bit more. One of the things that I always tell my clients is play with colors and your intuition. When you wake up in the morning and you have, I don't know, a meeting that is super important for you about, I don't know, a new sales pitch or a new program, whatever that could be, ask your intuition what color you need to wear for that meeting and see what your intuition tells you. Of course, it works a little bit better with women because we have a way more colorful wardrobe than you guys. But you can always have different accessories, or, you know, put something different, you know, have a bracelet, whatever else, like a tie or anything. And see how those colors help you. Something we don't really know is that colors affect our mood. It's something we don't realize, but it does. If you see someone, like if you are in a meeting and you see a woman with a red dress, you're probably gonna think, oh, she's really confident. Maybe she's not, but red is the color that will share that thought with you because it's that kind of energy. So this is what, and it helps you to understand also for you, okay, so this color is something I don't really like much. I'm like, okay, let's work on this, because if you don't like that color, there is something underneath that needs to be worked on. So this is how color reading works.
Got it. I'm still stuck on when you said a woman in a red dress. I'm stuck on the woman in red from the movie The Matrix. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes.
I can just see her walking down the street now. So if there are certain colors that I'm more particularly attracted to, are those necessarily my colors, or could it be that I give you my birthday and you go, no, Jeff, that's not your color at all?
No, sometimes we are attracted to certain colors because we are attracted to that kind of energy. So, for example, I have purple and orange, and so purple is the color of intuition, orange is the color of creativity, and pink is the color of the unification of spiritual and material. And this is exactly who I am and what I do. So when I had my coloring, I was like, of course, you know, they happen to be my favorite color, especially purple and pink, since I was a child. But that is often a coincidence, although sometimes I have clients that come up already with something in there and I'm like, oh, okay. But sometimes you're just attracted to a color because you are in a certain period of your life and you need that kind of energy. So you might be attracted by green because, I don't know, you want to find love, for example, maybe love for yourself. Maybe you're working on yourself, and the person you're working with is helping you to love yourself more. And so you're attracted to colors like green or pink because those are the colors related to love for self, love for the universe, for other people. So there is always a reason why we're attracted to certain colors or we don't like certain colors.
So if I'm looking for love, I need to wear more purple shirts?
No, you need to wear more pink and green shirts.
Okay. Let's see. Let's take a couple of Jeff Stern is going back to the exercise thing. He goes, and you have the beach and the boardwalk, Jeff. Yes, I live right by the beach. Jeff Stern, the CEO Whisperer, knows me too well. Hello from Hilton Head, South Carolina. I'm assuming that's my friend Randy Bussey, a brilliant customer service trainer. And we're going to do something different today for the first time. I'm certainly looking for sponsors for this. So I ran my own commercial. So give me 60 seconds. Here's a commercial for you. Hi, I'm Jeff Goldberg, founder of the Sales Pro Network and head coach and trainer at Jeff Goldberg and Associates. I work with both individuals and organizations to help them get measurable and sustainable sales increases. Whether you're a salesperson who does it professionally or someone who has to sell as part of their job, I can help. Maybe you're not getting enough appointments with decision makers. Perhaps your sales cycle is too long, or you just want to close more business more profitably. Reach out to me and we can talk. Through both training and coaching, I can help you increase your sales. You can reach me at 516-608-4136 or jeff@jgsalespro.com. And remember that sales is a game of making things happen. So get out there and make sales happen. All right. Well, there's our first commercial. And if anybody's interested in one of those, contact me and we can talk about it. Let's get back to colors because I'm fascinated by this. So how can we use colors on a day-to-day basis to improve our sales?
Well, it depends on, you have to learn to understand your energy, and then you can use those colors. As I said earlier, you can wear them, you can buy flowers, you can eat them. There are so many different ways. The colors are everywhere, but it's more about understanding what kind of energy you need and tuning into that energy.
Now, often in sales, we're doing presentations where we're using things like PowerPoint or sometimes, notebooks and things like that. How could we take advantage of that? I mean, I don't know my prospects' colors. Would knowing
Tell me your date of birth.
What's my date of birth?
Yes.
You need the year or just the days?
Everything.
May 3rd, 1955.
So, okay, let me just do a quick math.
If you ask me for my social security number, we're stopping right now.
No. What year were you born again?
May 3rd, 1955. I'm old as dirt.
Okay. All right. So you have orange, you have yellow, you have 19. Yes. You are very creative. You have a creative energy. You have a powerful energy. You have yellow. Yellow is the color of inner power, but it's also the color of fear. So oftentimes people with this color have this major ambition, and they want to be seen, and they want to show, and they want to be there. It's like the sun, but at the same time, because it's also related to fear, there is the second guessing, which is a lot. There is the self-doubt, which is a lot. So you are potentially extremely bright. You're very bright, but like you're wearing black right now. So it's either like you're trying to protect yourself or you're trying to stay close, because black is a color that talks about two different energies. One is the fear of change, and one is protection. Like, for example, when my dad passed away for a year, I couldn't wear anything that was colorful, which meant I had to change my wardrobe because I had a lot of colors. But I felt the need to protect myself. When you have such a powerful energy, and you mentioned something about your dad earlier, there could be situations where you are this bright sun, extremely creative, but you struggle to believe in yourself 100% because of the energy of the colors, but also because of maybe your past. So I didn't go through into all of the colors that you have, but those came through quite strong. So tell me if that makes any sense for you, or if I'm saying something that is completely wrong.
Well, that's why I was pointing to my nose, because you're kind of on the money. I do like black, and I have lots of black T-shirts, but I do stand-up comedy besides doing sales coaching and training. And there's nothing more than I like better than being in front of an audience and sharing it. And you know, you have to be fairly clever if you're going to be good at it. You can't be stupid and do stand-up. So yeah, you're kind of on the money. And certainly there's a lot of self-doubt. There's that imposter syndrome. Who am I for people to listen to me? And so, yeah, kind of on the money there. We've actually got another Facebook user who says he or she wants to be a guinea pig. Would you like to do another one?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Whoever said I'll be a guinea pig. Oh, there you go. 12762.
That's a good one. I'm not doing the full one, but I'm going to tell you what I feel from this. You have gold and you have red. You also have pink. So you have gold and you have red. Those are the things that stood out for me. Gold is the color of completion, of abundance, of gold. What do you think when you see gold? It's abundance, it's completion, but it's a color that asks you to really learn to understand yourself, to get to the point of full circle. You have red, which is an amazing, powerful color. It's the color of ambition. It's the color of power. It's the color of groundbreaker. You're probably you're probably someone that has an idea, goes for it. You're a team leader, that kind of things. But you need to be very careful, because you have a tendency to just want to do things your own way. And this can go against the fact that you also have a gold, which means that in order for you to be complete, you have to have both energies, which is not just pushing, but it's also staying back and be more receptive. And it feels to me that your journey is more about learning to understand who you are to a point of really releasing all of the things that you thought you had to be in order to create whatever it is that you want. And if that makes any sense.
Well, it's actually my friend Randy whose date gave us the date then. She said, when I was visualizing my business, I saw myself wearing a red suit. What is that?
Yeah. Well, red is the color of ambition and confidence. So yeah, it makes absolutely sense. You're ambitious, you're probably confident, right? On the reading. Yes. And yes, of course, it's a powerful color. It's a color that makes you feel like you are in charge. There is a downside to it, because red is also a color that needs to take more time, because otherwise you just push forward and forward and forward to get to the goal, and forgets about everybody and gets into burnout and self-doubt and guilt. Guilt is the color that is related to red. So guilt normally comes from the fact that other people have told you other stuff. So there is a good side and a bad side. It's about knowing your energy, so that you know that if your guilt comes up, you know how to manage it. And by gold, yes, yes.
So knowing, when you know your colors, and I only wrote down yellow for me, I forgot what the other two you said were for me, but how do we take advantage? So wear the right clothes? Is it decorating? I thought I even heard you said eating the right color foods.
Yeah. I mean, like oranges are orange. Spinach or green. You can eat colors. Now you can go and buy a dessert that is purple. There is purple fruit and stuff. So we have those things in nature, so you can eat them for sure. What I always say is about being intentional. So when I work with my clients, I specifically ask them to eat the colors, but before they do, to be intentional. And so kind of like saying a little bit of a prayer and be like, okay, so I need the energy of red. So please, tomatoes, help me to align to your energy. Or things like that. Sometimes it's not about what you don't need to know the energy of the colors. As I always say, if you feel like eating something or wearing something, there is a specific energy that you need to align to that day. Go with it. You wake up and you feel like wearing a yellow tie, then go with it. Or if you don't wear a tie, a shirt, a t-shirt, then go with it, because there is a reason for it. And you can look at that at the end of the day and be like, okay, so say that you wake up and you're like, oh, I have this meeting, I feel like wearing this color. I don't know what that means, but this is what I feel. Check out at the end of the day how that go. How did that go? Did you feel good and comfortable in that clothes? Did you feel the right energy? Did you feel good with yourself? Do you think you were in the right energy? Do you think you said the right things? Play with that.
So would it be more important, and maybe there's no right answer to this, but would it be more important to know your colors? And I'm going to have to go back and listen to this podcast again so I can get mine. Would it be more important for me to go, okay, Mara said that these are my colors, I should focus on those, or should I focus on just go with whatever I feel at the time?
Go with whatever you feel. Your colors, though, will give you more power. So because you're aligned to your energy. And so when you wear those kind of colors, people see you also different. Like I always loved pink or purple, but I never really paid that much attention. But oftentimes when I wear this color or purple, people pay me compliments, but it's not because I'm wearing something particularly. It's just the way you look is different, because you are standing in your energy, something we don't really know and understand because it's something nobody talks about it. But when you are in your energy from a subconscious point of view, this color is affecting you somehow right now. Even your audience is affecting you, and it's affecting me because I'm wearing it. Now, for me, this is normal, because if you open my wardrobe, there's a lot of this color and all of the other colors. But I also do wake up sometimes and be like, I feel like green. I feel like this, or I feel like wearing black today because I don't know, I don't feel that great, or I don't want to change this. So now, of course, I do know the meaning of colors. So it's a little bit different for me, but try it out. Try it out for a week and see what happens.
Yeah, I do. I wear this brand of black t-shirt for every podcast. That's why I'm wearing black today. I don't wear black every day, but I do go into my closet in the morning and I just kind of look around and go, what do I want to wear today? And it's whatever shirt or t-shirt. It's like, that's just what I choose. It's whatever's calling me. I don't really focus a lot on, how's it going to look to other people. It's just, what do I feel I want to wear today? And some days it's one thing and some days it's another. I'm going to guess this is our friend, Dennis Lombardi, who says, about red, tomatoes cause inflammation, aggravates arthritis, and have lectins, which cause digestive issues. Pick something else other than red. Our friend Pete Ekstrom, who is one of our favorite cold calling experts, says he sees a line of cars and they're painted, I'm guessing black. I know that song too. He also said, hiya, Jeff, my intuition told me to join your show today. And somebody's asking, what does it mean if I wear black all the time?
Are you afraid of change? That's my question for you.
Are you afraid of change? Well, let's see if we got a comment on that. While we're waiting for that.
Or are you afraid to be seen?
Well, when I first, so they're saying, no, I love change.
Okay.
For me, I actually do like black. I used to live in a part of New York City called Soho, and it's cool to wear black. I used to wear all black every day until I met my now ex-wife, who said, black is not your color, we're going shopping. And she picked out a lot of other stuff, but I still am attracted to black. It's for me now, though, it's just whatever is calling me at that time.
Yep.
When I first started doing this, it was kind of to emulate Steve Jobs, who used to wear a black turtleneck every day and jeans and sneakers. And I was like, and normally, actually not so much recently, but for years and years as a professional trainer, I'd be in a suit and tie. And I'm like, man, I want to wear jeans and a black mock turtleneck and sneakers every day too. So this is part of me creating a brand where I can actually get paid to show up to do work.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Fair enough. Oh, okay. The person who says she loves change is our friend Valerie Heffron, who is maybe the Sales Pro Network's biggest supporter. Well, I love you, Valerie. She's constantly inviting people to join our group, which I think is up to about 1,600 members now. we talked a little bit about you being a line 5-1 generator. You also describe yourself as a life path 8, Cancer Sun and Sagittarius rising. Now I know Cancer Sun and Sagittarius rising, that's astrology. What's a life path 8?
That's numerology. It's basically your energy and what you're here for. So that for me, it's about really what I said to you earlier, making sure that I connect myself. I reconnect to myself, and then I use my knowledge and my struggles and my experience to help others free themselves. So this is what it is. That's why I put all of those things, because as I said to you, it doesn't matter what kind of session I have with who. It can be astrology, it could be numerology, or anything else. It all comes down to the same thing. They all tell me the exact same thing. So this is what I'm here for, and this is what I want to help people with, to really help them to understand themselves and release all the struggles and the limitations so they can create the life that they want. This is what I've been doing for me, and it's in my energy. So it is. I am on path, but this is what I'm passionate to do for other people.
Can we overdose on too much what I'll call woo-woo? And by the way, you're talking to the right guy. I love all the woo-woo stuff. I'm into quantum physics, and I've never explored numerology, but it sounds like you're into a lot of different things. Can we overdose on that stuff, or is it all important? Do they complement each other? Are they telling us the same things?
I think you can overdose if you start to give your power to those things. Like, I never say to my clients to believe me, but to try what I say. If you start to be like, oh, I need to have a reading because this is happening every single time, you're not trusting yourself. So those are just, for me, the way I just really love to learn different techniques, and I just find them extremely fascinating. And I find it fascinating the fact that they kind of all point to the same thing. So when I learn something new, I'm like, oh my God, but I've heard this before from this. So this is what fascinates me in that. Sometimes I use it with my clients, but to me, it's always about being in your own power. If I tell you, because I am a generator, I am this, like this, and because I have this color, I have this, and then I don't move from this blueprint that I gave myself, then I am still stuck. So for me, those are just techniques that helps you to empower yourself. Sometimes one of the things that I hear so much saying from my clients, especially when they work with me for longer, is that they just receive confirmation of something that they knew already. So when you receive confirmation of something that you felt you knew about yourself, it empowers you to trust yourself more, to maybe take a leap of faith and do something out of your comfort zone. So if it's in that kind of capacity, then yes, hold the whole possible. If you are attached to it because you cannot move a finger without having your psychic telling you what to do, having a card reading or an astrology then that's too much, and then you need to back off.
Got it. Perfect. One of our friends, and I think this is Randy Bussey, is saying woohoo, almost 1,600 members, and she remembers when the group was single digits. You and me both. It's been we've been around for a little over 2 years now. You're also part of the Beautiful You Coaching Academy. What is the Beautiful You Coaching Academy?
Yeah, that's the academy I used to study when I became a coach. So I took this course, and they are based in Australia. And it's all women. And when I was looking for a coaching academy, I couldn't find anything here in London. Then a friend of mine told me, well, check them out, because I worked with them, and I found them to be perfect for what I was looking for. It was online, so it meant that I could pace myself, because at that time I was working full time. And so I needed to manage myself and not be tied up to going somewhere and it was amazing. It created a community. I learned so much, and I am still part of that community. I was nominated for an award. I had a lot of coaches coming from there on my podcast. It just made me who I am. So it's my coaching academy.
Yes, and I know you were nominated for an award by the CEO called the Shine Award. What is the Shine Award about?
So the Shine Award is, so every year there is this award from my coaching academy, and you can nominate yourself for the podcast of the year, whatever it is that the category. But there is just one category that is the Shine Award, where the CEO nominates you because you embody the values of the coaching academy, and you are presenting yourself and helping other people in that kind of way.
Got it. Perfect. So before we end, any words of wisdom that you can give to the salespeople and everybody else who's listening? How can we live a better life? What do we need to be doing?
Follow yourself. Don't push. Just take time to figure out from within what is it that you need to do. It's not about what other people say you should be doing. It's not about techniques to make more money. It's about what makes sense for you. You have the right answer right there. Don't second guess yourself.
Don't second guess.
If you do, write down the first thought and leave it there for a moment. Come back to it later.
Interesting. Got it. They say when you're taking a test, usually your first answer is the correct one. And quite often we do second guess and we change it.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. I have to apologize. I know I asked you to send me something where I could share the screen and show your contact information. I can't find it. Would you tell everybody how can they reach you if they're interested in talking to you or working with you?
Sure. Just go to my website, theintuitionqueen.com, or you can go to my Instagram, The Intuition Queen, or you can email me at hello@theintuitionqueen.com.
Got it. I think we were garbled for a little second there, guys. It's theintuitionqueen.com, and you'll be able to reach Mara. Mara, thank you so much for sharing this time with us. I really appreciate it. I thought it was later in the day for you, 3 in the afternoon is not bad. It was a pleasure, and I really appreciate everything you've shared with us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure, truly. And I thank Ryan Dunphy for introducing the two of us. What a great guy. And I'll end as I always do. Please, gang, remember that sales is a game of making things happen. So get out there and make sales happen. Thank you so much, Mara. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.